Chapter 645. Edward truly felt like dying at this very moment. He would never have dreamt that the broken bracelet on Faria's wrist would turn out to be a relic left behind by her mother. Moreover, he had even said that the relic left behind by her mother was nothing more than a piece of garbage. This was a complete disaster. Faria was already originally cold and indifferent toward him. Therefore, he was initially planning to rely on this bracelet to earn himself some points. Unexpectedly, he had only dug his own grave. This time, his score in Faria's mind had probably been reduced to a negative score. At this time, Fury, who had been standing not too far away, could not help but feel a little puzzled as he stared at his son who was left standing all alone in a daze. Didn't his son go over to give Faria the gift just now? Faria must have been very happy to receive such an expensive gift. If so, why did Faria drive away in such haste? As he had some doubts in his heart, Fury walked over to his son before he patted him gently on the shoulder and asked, "How did things go with Faria?" When Fury saw that Edward was still holding the diamond bracelet in his hand, he asked in surprise, "Did Faria reject your gift?" Edward had a very sad and miserable expression on his face as he said, "Dad, the broken bracelet that Faria was wearing was actually a relic that her mother left behind to her. I did not know about it. I even said that the bracelet was just a worthless piece of rubbish that was not worthy of someone of her temperament and status. Damn it." Fury was also very surprised at this time. After that, he sighed as he said, "Edward, you should have known that someone of Faria's status and identity would never wear such a cheap and shabby bracelet for no reason at all. Since she was wearing the bracelet on her hand, there should have been a deeper and hidden meaning behind it. You are simply too careless." Edward was about to cry, and he looked at his father with an aggrieved expression on his face as he said, "Dad, you told me earlier that I was very meticulous and focused. So how could you say that I am careless now?" Fury flushed and arranged his thoughts before he said seriously, "You have indeed begun to be a little more observant, but your observation is not detailed enough. You should learn a lesson from your mistake this time and make sure that you do not make the same mistakes anymore in the future." Edward sighed before he said, "Well, I know, Dad." After that, Edward said, "By the way, Dad, Faria drove out to pick someone up in person. She even said that the person she was going to pick up was the most distinguished and important guest today. Dad, what kind of distinguished guest could he possibly be that the Adair family actually takes him so seriously?" Fury frowned before he replied, "I do not know anything about that. As far as I know, apart from us, the guests that the Adair family has invited to attend Lord Adair's birthday banquet today are some of their old friends and business partners in Orris Hill. I did not hear about them inviting any distinguished guests to participate in the banquet today." "That's weird," Edward muttered. "Do you think Faria went to pick up her sweetheart, then?" "I'm not too sure about that," Fury said. "You'd better pay attention to see who Faria comes back with later." "Okay." At this time, Faria was driving to Alex's house. Even though she knew that she should be staying at home to help out since it was her grandfather's 80th birthday banquet, Faria really missed Alex. Therefore, she decided to come out to pick him up personally so that she could spend some time alone on the road with him. Once Alex arrived at the Adair family mansion, she would definitely not have the opportunity to talk to him in private since there would be so many other guests around. When Lord Adair heard that Faria was heading out to pick Alex up, he naturally agreed without any hesitation. Although Alex was already a married man, Lord Adair had already long regarded Alex as the future grandson-in-law of the Adair family. As Faria was on the way to Alex's house, she took out her cell phone as she prepared to call Alex. Since it was a weekend, everyone in the family would wake up later than usual. Therefore, Alex only prepared and set breakfast on the table at 9 o'clock in the morning.